Hello everyone. Today we will be seeing modern insights in the Scandinavian defense, popularly known as center counter game. The Scandinavian defense is very popular, especially among the beginners or intermediate players, and this offers surprising chances for black. But in 1997, we had a game played by Viswanathan Anand against joyous Lautier. This was a world famous game, and Anand displayed fantastic fireworks in the game, as we are celebrating Diwali. And I wish to show you this game first, so that what are the developments after this game was played, and really this game is dead, or if there is anything that black can do in this position, we would like to analyze. And also this is a good game for beginners and intermediate players to learn from great world champion Viswanathan Anand, who played fantastic chess in this game. So this is one of the most powerful attacking games ever played in Scandinavian itself, and a masterpiece. So white plays e4, d5. So this is Scandinavian defense, where black immediately challenges white center with d5, and it is considered as an aggressive opening that can lead to open tactical games, etc. And this forces the decisions in the center also. So white has to take e takes d5, queen takes d5, knight c3, queen a5. Now there is another variation. We can also play queen d6 and queen d8, that we already know. That there are separate chapters that I'll analyze it later. But after queen a5, white takes the center with a d4. And after d4, black plays the knight f6, developing the king's knight first, which is an important thing. Then white also develops the knight to f3. And now, after knight f3, the knight is developed as per the opening principles brought out by Steinitz. First you have to develop your knights, then after that the bishops, then you castle, etc. Now knight comes to f3 and black plays c6. This is an important move. This move avoids a lot of tactical chances, or especially after bishop d2. Then the queen will be under indirect discovery attack. So the queen can go back to some squares on d8 or d7 as per the requirement. Okay. So after c6, white plays bishop to c4. Now this keeps an attack on the f7 square, and black plays bishop g4, bishop f3. Bishop f5. So after bishop f5, now the normal move here is just play bishop to d2, which we have seen in the opening books and all. But Anand chose Anand chose the another wonderful idea, that is knight to e5. After knight to e5, the knight attacks the f7 pawn. Bishop is also seeing the f7 square, and so after knight to e5, black plays e6, and now routine move is something like castling, etc. But Anand comes with a very powerful idea. So he plays g4. After g4, bishop goes to g6, and white plays h4. The idea is to further harass this bishop on g6, and also advance the king's head pawns for a faster attack. That's an important thing. Now there are other variations, but black chose knight bd7. This is an important move. It attacks the knight on e5, and h5 is not now so good because of knight takes e5 and the pawn is getting attacked. So knight is captured, knight takes knight, and after pawn takes knight, queen takes e5 check, and this is not good. So white plays knight takes d7, then he plays knight takes d7. Now Anand plays h5. Then bishop e4. So this is a move. Now the bishop cannot be captured here. You can see the queen is already pinning the king here. So knight is already, though it is attacking, it cannot capture the bishop. So he plays rook to h3. And this game was played in 1997, and before that there was one more game played in this variation that was by a player called Grandmaster Bauer of France. So he played against another player Puri in 1996. But after this move, Rook H3, Black played Bishop G2. So here the idea is to take an advantage. The idea of Bishop G2 is to take an advantage of the Rook's misplacement. In case if the Rook comes to G3 in this position, then Black can play Bishop to D5, attack the Bishop on C4, and taking is obviously not so good. So he plays Bishop to D3. Then Black can play Bishop D6 and get a tempo in the position. Now the Rook is attacked on the G3 square. So in this position, after Bishop G2, White plays Rook E3. So this is a wonderful move. Then Black plays Knight B6, attacks the Bishop. Then Bishop comes to D3. So it's an important move. Now White plays Knight to D5. Sorry, Black plays Knight D5. So after Knight D5, in the main game which I told you, the Rook goes to G3. The main game which I told you, Grandmaster Bauer played Rook G3. Though he won the game, after Rook G3, Knight C3, Bishop C3, Bishop D5 came, and BC3, Bishop D5 came, and after Bishop D2, Queen A4, and Black had his own ideas. He could have played in some position, he could have played G6 for H6, etc. So especially in this position, Queen into B5, H6. Now instead of taking G6, Black could have played G6 here, and the game is still not clear for White. So Anand chose the new novelty after Knight D5. F3 was a novelty at that time. So here Anand was prepared to sacrifice a few pawns for the two minor pieces for the Rook. So now you can see the Rook on E3 is getting lost. But he cannot take it, because if you take Knight E3, I will play F3, Bishop takes E3, and I can anyway play King F2 followed by, if the Bishop goes to H3, then the Queen can come to H1 or King can go to G3, and we can capture the Bishop on H3 square. So after Rook E3, after F3, Black chose to play Bishop B4 here. After Bishop B4, then White plays King F2. This is an important move, attacking the Bishop and getting away from the pin. So it takes Knight, Bishop takes C3, Pawn takes C3, Queen takes C3, Rook attack. And this position looks promising for Black actually, because after Rook B1, Queen D4, he cannot take King takes G2. So let us see the game. In the game, White played Rook B1, then after Queen D4. This looks like Black is almost winning the game, because King takes G2 means Knight takes C3, and this is the position is winning for Black. But here comes the move Rook takes B7 by Viswanathan Anand. This is a wonderful move, extraordinary idea. Like the Rook controls the whole of 7th rank and keeps attacking all the pawns there. And the problem here for Black is that the Queen is in discovered mode. So White can give a discard attack or discard check as the situation will be, and they can win the Queen. Also, there is a very famous quote that discard piece itself is a very dangerous piece, because the White can do many tactical ideas in such situations. So after Rook B7, he played Rook D8. So there are many variations here I would like to show. In the game, Black played Rook D8, but here there is a possibility for Black to play King Bishop to H3, then White will play Rook takes F7. Now you can see the idea. If you play King takes F7, White then goes for Bishop G6 check, and you are winning the Queen. This is not possible. So after Rook F7, in case if he plays pawn to C5, protecting the Queen in the center of the board, then he can play Rook F5. This is a wonderful move. And after this, the game is getting lost. And Bishop takes E3, Queen B2, then Rook takes C5, and he still cannot castle on the side because of heavy attacks. And after castles, King G3, and you are winning the Bishop. And White is going to win the game. Another major idea in this question after Rook D8, instead of Rook D8, had Black played Knight F4, Then also white can play king g3. So this is again a winning move. Okay, and also after rook b7, black played rook d8. He hoped to protect the queen on the board. So after rook d8, Anand played a fantastic, what you call, the mate is deceptive in this position. Here it is normally everybody would like to play rook takes f7, but a super grandmaster, a world champion, is a world champion. So their ideas, the Anand, the lightning kid, and very famous fast, calculations. He was now Anand plays h6. After h6, it is dangerous to keep the pawn, especially on the h6 square. So black took this pawn. Then white played bishop g6, master of a master class move here, bishop g6. Now this bishop attacks the queen on d4 and completely destroys black's position by this bishop is destroying the black's position. If black takes the bishop, then the queen on d4 is lost. So Lautier has to try for another idea. He tries to defend with knight is 7th rank. So after that he plays queen takes d4, rook takes d4. Then white simply played rook d3. Now you can see here this rook is in the open file, trying to give some counter attack. There are so many other moves which are winning also. So he plays rook d3, and after that black chooses to play rook d8. Okay, now after rook d8, white plays rook takes d8, king takes d8, and then now bishop takes f7 is winning, rook b8 check is winning. All the variations are winning here. We can exclusively see these variations one after the other later. And after bishop d3, bishop h1, then see the bishop on g2 is attacked here. So he has to play bishop h1. Then white plays bishop b2, and after rook e8, bishop f6, and black is completely paralyzed. And this bishop on bishop on h1 can be captured with bishop e4 followed by king g1 or bishop c6 check or something like that. The game is going to come and the game is getting finished. Now king cannot move, the rook cannot move, and the game is completely lost. So if you enjoy the game and the analysis, don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. And the Cyber Chess channel, Chess ONME on me, it is openings, novelties, middle games and end games. And we would like to bring games regularly with what's happening in the latest happening from the latest happenings of the world chess scenario. And I am Lanka Ravi, international chess master, Indian team member, FIDE senior trainer and arbiter also. And I have trained lots of players. And if you would like to have a complete details of this analysis, this latest happenings on the Scandinavian defense, you can visit https cyberchess.org website, and you can download this entire article from the shop section. And I have analyzed nearly given nearly 100 games in this variation. There are 2 chapters, and I would like to discuss with you the second chapter also briefly in this portion. So you can regularly check our website www.cyberchess.org for upcoming online training camps, seminars and online sessions, etc. Thanks for watching, and remember, in chess the best defense is often a fierce attack. So attack is the best defense. That's the normal way of saying in chess game. So chapter 2, which I promised to show you, is in this variation. That is, instead of bishop g2, the chapter also has been well analyzed for the black players who came to play the Scandinavian defense or center counter. So instead of playing bishop g2, which Lautier played, so he can also play here in this position after bishop e4, rook h3. Now instead of playing bishop g2, the chapter is bishop d5. This game is analyzed in chapter 2. After bishop d5, one sample variation is that you can play bishop d3, then black can play bishop d6, and this is extensively analyzed in the variation 2. Again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share the video to your friends, and lots of ideas are there. And in the article which I have written in the game, there were some novelties also. Because these novelties are for professional players, I have given good analysis for the novelties in this variation. You can check them from the download section. Thank you so much.